Hey, it is so good to see you. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Richard. I'm an entrepreneur as well as a high performance coach, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today because this is going to be the next episode number 4 of the Skyrise series. And as I've mentioned before, if you've never watched any of my Skyrise series videos, I would highly encourage you to pause this video right here and go click that right there, because that's actually going to take you over to episodes 1, 2, and 3 of the Skyrise series, because this video literally will not make sense if you don't watch those. But if you have watched the previous episodes, the Skyrise series is essentially meant for me to just be able to get more personal with you, to be able to speak with you one-on-one and give you those actionable, tactical strategies to help you go crush in life. And continuing on with the story of what has led me to become an entrepreneur and a high-performance coach as a 21-year-old living in downtown Toronto on this Skyrise apartment, I want to share with you the full story. All the failures that I've gone through so that you can move faster, so that you can crush in life and move faster than I did. Sounds good? Back to the story that I was talking about last time. Essentially, my story goes that I started 3 businesses when I was in university, and every single one of them failed. My jewelry business went up and failed. My ATM business went up, and guess what? ATM got robbed. It failed. And so at this point, it's December 27th, 2018, my 3rd year in university, and I'm starting to get some anxiety now because I dropped pre-med. I felt that God had told me, Richard, trust in me, you got this, entrepreneurship is the path that I've called you towards, so that's the path that I took. But I had no idea what this whole entrepreneurship thing was going to entail because I still had no success. So I did the only thing that I knew how, which is to ask God for guidance, to give it to Him, to surrender it to the Creator who ultimately created me. Because come on, I'm just a human. I'm just a speck in the dust. Why am I trying to make decisions for myself when I have the literal creator of the universe that I can tap into just by calling Him up through a prayer, right? So that's exactly what I did. I got down on my knees December 27th and I said, God, I failed all these businesses. Could you please place a man of Christian faith, a strong Christian business entrepreneur within my life that I could learn from? Because not only do I want to be successful in business, but I want to be successful in business, God. I want to glorify you, God. And that was a prayer that I made. And so I kid you not, within 7 days of me making that prayer, this podcast pops into my world. And this podcast is one that I talk about all the time. It's called Born to Impact. And Born to Impact is a podcast that's been started by an entrepreneur named Joel Marion with his co-founder, Kilmo Dan Long. Now, a little backstory on Joel Marion. Joel Marion has started a company called BioTrust Nutrition that went from 0 to $100 million in sales in its first year of business. Joel was a broke high school teacher at the age of 25 and got into business at the age of 26 and 27. And very quickly he became a 7, 8, and eventually 9-figure, that's $100 million a year business CEO. And more importantly, he was donating all the funds. Millions of dollars towards charities, millions of dollars towards the churches, having so much impact on the world. They sold 4 million units of protein powders within the company. Guess what? For every single protein powder that was purchased, they donated 1 meal to a child who was hungry in North America. How beautiful is that, right? And all of a sudden now, there's a Christian business entrepreneur who pops on the radar, who's launched this podcast. So I knew, oh my gosh, I need to get in contact with this individual. I went ahead to Joel Marion's company, BioTrust Nutrition, and I sent the customer support emails. Hi, my name is Richard. I love to speak with Joel Marion. I discovered his podcast, Born Impact. It is so amazing. It's changing my life. Can I speak with him? No response. What do you expect? They get thousands, tens of thousands of inquiries every day, and all of a sudden a random Asian kid from UCLA is emailing to speak with the owner of a company with over 200 employees. What am I thinking, right? But nevertheless, the important lesson here is that I took action. How many of us here see an opportunity, see a business that we want to start, but we just look at it and say, oh, that'd be nice? How many of us even look at the girl that we've had a crush on for 4 years in university or in high school and we go, oh, it'd be so nice if I could talk to her or let her know how I feel? But we never take action. And at that moment, yes, even though I was reaching out to customer support, I still took action to try to get in contact with him. And that didn't work, so then I went to his Instagram. Now, Joel Marion's Instagram account has 1.4 million followers. At least it was that much at that time. I'm sure it's more now. Every single time Joel posted a podcast on his episode, he always said on the podcast episode, please share this and tag me on Instagram if you got value from this. And so when Joel said that, I just thought to myself, wow, if I can share this Instagram story of Joel Marion's podcast, Joel's going to get notified on his Instagram account that someone shared his podcast. And so I started doing that. 1 week led to 2 weeks, led to 3 weeks, and one time, Joel actually reshared my podcast, in which I got his attention. Something happened. My friend, I sent Joel over 43 messages to finally get him to say, hey Richard, I really appreciate you doing this. How lunatic, how crazy, how obsessive do you think I have to be in order to get to someone? Because I truly knew this is the person that God had placed in my heart for me to learn from. That's the kind of dedication, that's the kind of commitment that you need if you're gonna start any kind of thing successfully. I don't care if it's business, I don't care if you want to get into medical school, I don't care if you're a corporate consultant and you want to rise to the top of the corporate ladder. You need to become obsessed with what your craft is if you're going to achieve any level of success. And that's exactly what I did. I was obsessed with getting a reply from Joel. Now, very careful here. I was not annoying. I was not sending the same message over and over and over. Every single time I send a message, I add value. And how do you add value? You try to grow the other person's brand. Joel Marion has a podcast that is a very important project to him. And so I would share that every single week because I wanted to show him, look, Joel, I'm a 20-year-old kid. I have no experience. I have no skills. I don't have any financial value I can give you. But the least I can do is spread your message to more people. And how many times do I say in my own YouTube channel, please share my content? And no one. I get like 4 people on every single video, even though I get 30,000 views a video. And for the people who do end up sharing my content on Instagram, those are the people that I actually do end up applying to. That's not the point, but the point is do the things that other people ask for if you're trying to network and trying to get in contact with this individual. Long story short, 43 messages in, a couple months later, Joel finally says, hey Richard, I really appreciate you reaching out. Thanks so much for your persistence. I love the fact that you've been adding value. I immediately fired back, oh my gosh, you responded. I said, Joel, is there any way I could just get 5 minutes of your time? I have just a couple questions I want to ask. I had questions about how did he build such a successful business? How was he able to not compromise and sacrifice his Christian values while building his business? And I just wanted to know and form that relationship with him. I sent him direct message my phone number, but I said, hey Joel, here's my phone number. Just let me know when's the best time for you. A couple minutes later, I see that it says seen. He read the message on Instagram. And I get this random phone call from an unrecognized number. I thought, oh my gosh, this actually be him. I pick up, hello, this is Richard. And I hear the voice I've been hearing for hours on the podcast. Joel Marion goes, hey Richard, it's Joel. Really appreciate the support. Thanks so much for reaching out. I thought, oh my gosh, here I am for multiple months reaching out back to back, 43 persistent messages. And Joel Marion, the $100 million CEO who gets 500 DMs a day, is actually responding to me on a phone call. We didn't talk for 5 minutes. We didn't talk for 15, not even 30 minutes. My friend, we spoke for over an hour on the phone in which he poured into my life. He gave me mentorship of conversations. He taught me what he had learned in business, the mistakes that he had made. They're very similar in how I'm sharing the mistakes that I've made through this entire Skyrace series. Joel was just pouring into my life, and I said, Joel, what made you decide to pick up the phone and call me? I know you get hundreds of DMs every single day. What made you decide to call me? And he said, Richard, I don't know. I just saw your message and I just felt God had placed you on my heart, and I just knew that I had to call you. And that just completely blew my mind again, because it made me realize that, yeah, even if we are tossed into the fire, even if we are left in the dark and we failed 3 businesses, even though we think that God calls us to build successful businesses, and God still has a plan. Just because that train is going into the tunnel and is going into the dark tunnel, the conductor still knows that there's a light on the other side of that tunnel. Just having that faith in God, oh my gosh, it was such a beautiful thing. I asked Joel, is there any way this coming summer that I can work for you for free? I'll fly out to where your business is. I'll do whatever it takes just to be able to learn from you, to be mentored by you. Let me see what I can do by contacting a couple of my best friends. And so Joel Marion, we end that call just like that, back in February of 2019. And he ends up connecting with one of his best friends, Vince Delmani. And Vince Delmani is an online fitness professional and most recently an online fitness business coach who has built 4 separate $1 million businesses all online over the past decade. And he made the connection for me to hop on an interview call with Joel Marion. Over the course of the next 30 days, I actually get on a video interview with Vince Delmani. I've really been looking for a Christian business entrepreneur to serve and learn from. And it just so happened that Vince was also a very strong man of Christian faith, as well as a very business savvy entrepreneur who's making amazing products that impact the world. And so at that point I realized, okay, there's something here. There's something here, and I better lock on and I better focus. Now, as we approach past the 10-minute mark of this video, drop a comment down below if you want to hear the rest of the story. Just say something like, yes please, or yes, more of the Skyrise series. Before that happens, I wanted to let you know about the high performance masterclass I'm going to be launching this coming Saturday. You see, I have a high performance coaching program. This is an 8-week personal mentorship program in which I personally mentor you on high performance, on time management, on productivity, as well as mindset. Over the past season 1, I've already coached over 100 students and how to do so. Entrepreneurs, university students, high school students, and even busy working mom and dads on how to improve their productivity. And I'm just gonna put a couple screenshots here of all the wins that students have had, how many hours that they've saved, 10, 20, 15 hours a week and more. But the specific student that I want to highlight is actually Newton Zhang. Newton was one of my top students. He's an entrepreneur who recently graduated from university, and he's been crushing it. And he saved over 12 hours a week. Imagine you saving 12 hours in this coming week while increasing your productivity. It's absolutely insane. Newton, I just want to let you know, man, because of your hard work within the high performance training program, I'm going to be sending you a $15 Amazon gift card. You have my personal email, so go ahead and send me that. Congrats for that. And if you'd like to know how you can join this coaching program, this coming Saturday, I'm actually going to be hosting a high performance masterclass. On this masterclass, I'm going to be showing you how to double your productivity while shaving off 12.5 hours of your work week. And just as a little bonus, I'm actually going to be giving you something called the High Performance Planner. This has cost me thousands of dollars in attending workshops and entrepreneur conventions in order to formulate myself. I'm going to be giving this to you for free. All you have to do is show up to a masterclass. And then also, I'm going to be giving you my personal schedule. This is, yes, every single day from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. How I schedule out my day, I'm going to be teaching you how to schedule your day as well. So if you want to get this worksheet, if you want to get an amazing high performance training, and if you want to join the high performance training program, click that first link down in the description below. And on this coming Saturday, I'm going to be going live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I cannot wait to see you there. Hundreds of people have already signed up for this program. Why have you not, right? I cannot wait to see you there. And until next time, stay sharp, stay focused, and go crush it.